Hey folks, how you doing today? My name is Rob, and you're probably watching this video right now because you Googled something about accident insurance or AD&D insurance, and I'll tell you what, I've got kind of a neat policy out there that combines the two, and I'd like to tell you a little bit more about it. But first, a lot of people say, well, Rob, why would I want accident insurance if I've already got medical insurance? And that's a great question. A lot of times, a lot of the policies nowadays, especially with the ACA and everything else, a lot of them have high deductibles on there, or maybe you kept an old policy where you have a high deductible plan. Either way, this can help to fill that gap if you do have a high deductible. Again, if you get involved in an accident. And I'll tell you what, this policy even pays if you don't have health insurance. You don't actually have to have it. You can just take this out, especially if you're involved in an industry like the restaurant industry where, floors are slippery and, you're trying to carry a heavy tray or whatever, you slip and fall and break an arm. Well, I'll tell you what, this is going to help to pay those medical bills. And what's really cool is that this is guarantee issue, so there is no health questions, and you can get it for yourself or for your family. And it also includes some other nice ancillary benefits that I think people would really find helpful. One of them is a pet benefit, but I'm not going to get into it right now. I'll tell you what, I actually made a video where I actually used the brochure, and I think that's the best way to explain this policy is for you to watch the next video. So check out the next video, and as always, if you get confused, be sure to head over to my website. But first, watch the video. Thanks so much, and talk to you soon.
Hey folks, how you doing today? My name is Rob, and if you watched the previous video, I'm going to go over the accident medical expense benefit that I'm offering. Basically, this is actually the brochure. I think the easiest way is actually to go through it with you. So anyway, as I mentioned earlier, this is a guaranteed issue product, meaning there is no health questions. Unlike if you've ever applied for life insurance or major medical insurance before, where they ask you a myriad of health questions, there is no health questions whatsoever with this plan. Also, this works whether, as I may have mentioned before, it works whether you have medical insurance or not. So if you've got a high deductible on your plan and you got hurt in an accident, because again, remember this pays for accidents only, this is a good way to help pay that deductible. So, and speaking of deductibles, depending on which plan you go with, option one, for example, that has a $50 deductible. So again, in case you're not familiar with deductibles, that's the amount you have to pay before the plan kicks in. And what's really neat about this policy versus some others that I've dealt with in the past years, it pays the actual expense due to an accident. So I've had plans where it shows a $400 or $500 benefit, and if your expenses over that, in other words, let's say you had a $700 or $800 bill, well, then you're on the hook for the other $300. So this pays, it's not so much a defined benefit, this is going to pay actual expenses. So as long as they don't exceed, let's say at option one, as long as they don't exceed $2,000, you're going to have your entire bill paid for the accident. If you went with option two, you would get $5,000 per accident, okay? And if you went with option three, 7,500. Option four, you up to 10,000, so on and so forth, all the way up to option seven. Now, you're probably wondering, what is the AD&D? What is this benefit? This is accidental death and dismemberment. A lot of accident policies don't include this. Some do, some don't, but this is actually included. It's built in. So if you went with option one, you'd get up to $2,500. And here's where, this is actually the chart right here that shows if unfortunately, if you were killed in an accident, or speech and hearing, or speech or one in hand was impaired, foot or sight or of one eye, or hearing in one hand, foot or sight in one eye, or both hands. In other words, if you lost due to an accident, if any of these things happen to you, it's going to pay 100% of whatever benefit you have. So if you had option five and you had 10 grand and one of these things happened to you, you would get $10,000. Or if you lost your life due to an accident, your beneficiary would get $10,000. And then you can see here, accidental loss of one hand or one foot, or sight in one eye, speech or hearing, then you're going to get percent of this benefit, okay? And then lastly, accidental loss of a thumb, index finger on the same hand, well, you only get 25% of whatever this is. So again, if it was 10 grand, you get $2,500. So anyway, the other thing too is that and hopefully this is all pretty straightforward how this works. The other things that it includes are actually, for those that have a pet, they actually give up to 25% discount if you have to bring in your pet into the vet, and you had to have some kind of medical procedure performed. You can get up to 25% discount with participating vets. So I think that's really cool. It's also got, this is really hot now, MD hotline. So you can access it 24 hours a day. You can actually call for teleconferencing with a doctor. They can actually even prescribe for certain ailments. They can actually prescribe and have the script sent to your pharmacy. So this is really cool. This is another feature that's added into and included with your accident membership. And a lot of accident policies don't have this included. A lot of them don't have the pet feature. It's also got a gym for the global fit network. You can see if your gym is in that network and also get a discount, so that's pretty neat. And then it's also got an identity theft and restoration program, which I also think is very helpful nowadays with everybody hacking everything. It's going to help you with identity theft. So anyway, you can see here that it's pretty much a simple application process. What's really cool is you don't even have to put your social security number on there, which is unusual. A lot of times you do have to do that. You don't have to do that with this. So anyway, that being said, that's really it. You can head over to my website right now and check out some more information. And again, check out the premiums because I'm kind of going through everything fast. And then I should by now have a link up too that you can enroll online. You don't even have to fill out a paper application. You can enroll right online for you and your family. So again, that's the accident plan in a nutshell. If you get hurt due to an accident, then you would pick the benefit ahead of time, and then it's going to pay out up to that amount for doctors, hospital, whatever you need to do related to that accident. Thanks so much. And again, my name is Rob, and don't hesitate to contact me. And if you have any questions about how this accident program works, thanks so much.